Hi, Dean Blackshear.
Hello.
Thank you so much for meeting with us this Saturday morning. Would you mind giving a little introduction about yourself?
Yes. Well, first of all, I'm holding NC State Cup, but don't let that throw you. So I'm John Blackshear. I'm the Associate Vice President for Student Affairs. I'm Associate Vice Provost for Undergraduate Education. But the most exciting part of my job is I'm the Dean of Students. I also have a faculty appointment in psychology and neuroscience, and I'm the faculty in residence here in Trinity Dorm.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. Would it be all right if we asked you a few questions?
Shoot.
Okay, number one. On a scale of 1 to 10, how much do you love working at Duke?
Oh, 10.
Number two. Describe Duke in a hashtag.
Ooh. Hashtag audaciously brilliant.
I love that. How about if Duke was a movie, what would it be called?
Good Lord. If Duke was a movie, what would it be called?
They have one.
Huh. That's a very good one, isn't it?
I think it's possible they'll have.
Come back to me.
Okay.
Yes.
Number four. What's one thing people don't know about Duke?
I think that a lot of people assume I'm extroverted. And so people might be probably a bit, my wife outed me recently. She'd probably be surprised to know that I tend to lean on the side of introversion. Yeah.
What's one piece of advice you would give to prospective Duke students?
Throw away all preconceived notions about who you are, what you want to do, and allow for discovery to take place when you get here.
How about current Duke students?
Relax.
Okay, would you like to go for a little stroll right now?
Yes.
I'll maybe skip it.
Let's go. Yours now. Come on. There is Sean. How if Duke was a movie, what title would you give it?
Work hard, play hard.
Come on, there it is. Work hard, play hard. Love it. All right.
Okay. Next question. What's the biggest surprise you've experienced at Duke?
The biggest surprise I've experienced at Duke has been, so I always have thought that Duke students were incredibly talented, incredibly bright. You figure that that's part of it's part of the landscape for entry, right? But what I really did not expect, what I became pleasantly surprised about, was about how courageous Duke students can be with that intelligence. And so we've been in this pandemic, and one of the things that I've constantly told parents is that the piece of this and all of the frustration, all of the sadness, all of the fear about what all of this means for our future, the part of this that I'm most appreciative of is getting to know the people who will be governing the future. And so Duke students have been, to me, the surprising thing I would say is just how incredibly caring and how just that the level of humanity that I've gotten to experience living close to Duke students. I always knew that was there, but living with it, you get to see it sort of amplified. Yeah.
That's wonderful. What are 3 things you can't live without at Duke?
3 things I can't live without at Duke. All right. Teaching. Love the experience of teaching. Fun, hella fun students who don't see me just as some stodgy administrator who they're afraid to come talk to because they're oh my God, he might, whatever. I love the fact that I've had some of my biggest laughs in the last 10 years of my life with Duke students. And then I would say the third thing is the faculty and staff are a ball. And if you don't believe me, you should go to our annual faculty party that we used to have in December. It's such a blast. Hey y'all, if Duke had movie title, Duke, what would it be?
Work hard, play hard.
There it is. There it is. Huh?
That's what the last person said. Yeah. It's true though.
Yeah.
I agree.
And laugh hard. Y'all look. By the way, another thing that was pretty. I know I'm going off script. Another thing that was pretty amazing was the other day we had gingerbread house building contest. Who won that, by the way?
I don't know.
Y'all should have won. It was really good.
Thank you.
But everyone else who played it should have won too. So, but was that not a ball?
That was so much fun.
Yeah, we had a freaking gingerbread house competition. We had a ton of tables in there. People were going at it, applying all of their creativity. It was a lot of fun. So, when it's hard, I'm in this moment, right? Y'all caught me on a day like today where I know it's Saturday, and I've had several appointments already with students. But the thing that when I think about the joy of my time here, it's going to be centered around students, even though I get to share it with my colleagues. So let's keep walking. Thank y'all.
Have a good day.
Okay. What's your favorite dish at Woo or Marketplace?
Whoa, okay. So my favorite dish at Marketplace is whatever they're scooping up, because that place is the bomb. My favorite dish at the Woo, aka Broadhead, is the Tokyo bowl with extra protein, make that the beef, and some sriracha to top it off. There it is. Yes. Oh yeah, ginger and soy. That's right. Yeah.
What's the most adventurous thing you've done at Duke?
Accepted my last two positions. My job before this one, I was Dean of Academic Affairs for Arts and Sciences. And y'all have infected me with the, audacious brilliance to believe that I could do a job that big and that incredibly challenging. And then I would say the second thing is accepting to be the Dean of Students. Those have been incredible adventures of their own. But now, if you ask me, as far as experiential adventures, students try to get me to run up into what is that thing? In the chapel climb. And I did. And I made it to step 87. And I had headphones on, and students were running up the stairs, and I took my headphones off, and I couldn't hear anyone. So I said, hello, and nobody said anything back. And so in my mind, I was like, what if they're around the stairs, around the corner, ready to play a trick on me? And so I turned around, went back downstairs, and waited for them to come out. Did not make it. So there you have it. So that was an adventure I tried. And when they came back, they were like, we waited for you. And I was like, nope. Felt too much felt too strange for me. I had to be out. So, yeah.
How is the student body inspiring you right now at Duke?
Wow. So the students are always, challenging, like students should be. 18 to 22-year-old should be challenging. Should be pushing limits, should be pushing limits for self, pushing limits for the world that they plan to inherit and take over, putting things right in front of us that are really important to them and for us to consider. And so the question was, how are they
inspiring you?
How are they inspiring it? So the inspiration comes from, I had one of the most amazing college experiences, and it made me believe that I can do just about anything, and I still believe that to be very true. And so when I come here and I look at what my students want to do with their lives, what grows. I remember earlier I said to forget everything and let it emerge. I watch and see what emerges from my students. It is inspiring every day. You ask me what's 0 to 10 of working here. The day that I wake up and it's less than 10, I need to go. Because and I'm talking about challenging days. I mean, we've had some days here that have been incredibly challenging. It's still 10. Like, because I cannot believe I get paid to do this. Are you kidding me? So I have not met a class of Duke students yet who have not made me want to wake up and let's see what we do today. Let's see what happens. And I have not had a class that I've taught where I did not genuinely, at the end of that class, tell them, from here on to the end of my time, you have me in your village, right? So I had that from my collegiate experience. It was a seed that was planted in me. And I think we as students inspired those people to want to do that and be that. And you all do that for me. Yeah.
Okay. Right now it can be kind of stressful with finals.
Yeah.
What is the best way to take a rest and decompress after a stressful week at Duke?
Okay. Play. Find somehow to unwind. You mean like pre-finals or after finals?
At any time.
Pre-finals, you got to find some way to decompress. My thinking is always that, like, it's hard to go from an intense semester without a rest and then optimally be able to perform for your finals. So there's got to figure out a way. Oh, look here, some more of my favorite people. Hey, Jay. What's up? And you'll give me your first name again.
Josh.
Josh. And your...
Wait.
Yo.
Happy to run into you.
Quaid
I
hooked
heard
up.
about y'all's ornaments, and here's some.
Are you serious?
100%.
I seriously thank you for that. Kimberly's going to be crying when I go in there, by the way. Yeah. That y'all see that? So, and then you should know Quaid. Don't go anywhere. I got to ask you a question. Quaid and Elsie, right? They baked pies. How many pies did y'all bake?
It was like 2 or 3. Well, our
No,
family was
total.
like 15.
Correct. And they brought us some pies back. And my 23-year-old is home, right? And he was like, you know what I'm saying, I'm going to check out the pie, you know. And not everybody know how to make a pie. But my 10-year-old was like, yo, the pie's delicious. He was like, I'm telling you, you're going to enjoy the pie. And then my 23-year-old was just like, yeah, okay, but you 10. So, you know, I can't go on what you believe is delicious. Anything with sugar is delicious for you. And my 10-year-old was like, you got me wrong. I have discerning taste. He was like, this literally was a conversation. And he was like,
Bad funny.
y'all know Ndwale, right?
Yes.
This doesn't surprise you. Correct.
That does not
He's
surprise
not at
me
all,
in the
right?
slightest.
So my son then my 23-year-old goes in and, you know, he's like, okay. He's like, you staking your reputation on the taste of this pie. Because after this, I will never take your word again if this pie is not delicious. And he was like, yeah, I'll put my reputation on it. So he cuts the pie. You know what I mean? He like puts the whipped cream on it. Gets the fork. He was like, you're still stable with me. You know, you're still good. The pie's good. It was great. Y'all should have seen that. It was hilarious. Yeah, yes. So if Duke was a movie, what would the title be?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, see? This is it. That's how stumped I was. Yeah. Maybe that's what we call it. I don't know.
And that kind of does some of the experience, though. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah. All right. Well, we're doing this. This is my Vogue cover, so we're doing the 70 questions, right?
Nice.
Yeah. So Adele, John, you know, it goes. It tracks. Yeah. All right. Well, thank y'all.
Yeah.
And listen, have a good one. Did y'all sign up for massages?
Oh, no, I didn't.
Man,
Are all
y'all-
the spots filled?
Send Kim an email. She'll let you know. Yeah. All right.
Okay, Dean Blackshear.
Yes. Sorry. Y'all gonna have a lot of editing to do, but let's go.
Gosh, really? Yeah. Dean Blackshear.
Yeah.
What's your favorite place on Duke's campus?
Honestly, okay, outside of my home?
Yeah.
Okay, outside of my home. Then I would say outside of my home, my favorite place on campus is probably like the Bryan Center Plaza. Like I like when I go out there and like people are like sort of active and engaged and like yesterday, I mean people were just out there like after 5ing it and it was amazing. Hey y'all. How y'all doing? Okay, question. Duke, movie title. If being at Duke was a movie title, what would it be? What would you call
Sweet
it?
Life at Duke.
Come on, The Sweet Life. I like it.
I like it.
I second that answer.
You like that answer?
Good, yeah.
All right,
There
done.
we
So we're getting some titles. Yeah.
Let's go.
All right, y'all, that was good. All right.
On
Yeah.
that note, if Duke were a song, what would it be?
All right. What is that one? Every time we touch, that would be Duke. That is the Duke song. I swear. And you know, I had heard that song so much, so many times before I began to associate it with Duke, but now I can't hear the song without thinking of like how much joy that song coming on has given years and years and years of Duke students. So every time we touch.
What's the best thing to happen to you at Duke?
The best thing that's ever happened to me at Duke. Like, you see like incredibly special things like what just happened there. Okay, I'll give you one. Our last kid was born here, and the night that Kimberly was in labor, our house was packed full of students, and they stayed there until we went to the hospital to have her, and she was born about 15 minutes after we left here. That's a true story. That's probably how much more incredible can it be where you're faculty to people who are taking part in something like that transformational and permanent in your life, and they're like hanging out. That was pretty cool. Yeah. And
So sweet.
yeah, that was pretty cool.
If you could switch lives with someone at Duke for a day, who would it be?
Ooh, I could switch lives with somebody here at Duke for a day. What is that dog that everybody loves?
Nugget.
I would be freaking Nugget. Are you kidding me? Like, who doesn't love Nugget? And I would go and I would sit up on my perch over on West Campus and let people adore me. Done. Like, I don't think there's a single person here who has had the Duke experience like Nugget has. Maybe one of those cats that they take care of, but Nugget is the deal. Yes.
What are you most excited for about the future of Duke?
I am most excited because I know that Duke will continue to progress. It started out as a very, very fine regional university to becoming a national leader in knowledge production and education of talent like you all. And now it's a world renowned institution, and the future of it is incredibly bright. As you all have challenged us to think about the world, your development, what kind of experience you want to have at this place. You make us think about equity a lot more. You make us think about justice a lot more. You challenge us in these different ways that require that we're brave enough to answer the call. And, the seeds that we plant now will take Duke into its second century, and I think it's going to be amazing. And to know that you all are, right here at this time of, one of our, most pivotal moments of transformation. We're now thinking differently about, equity and experience of living at Duke, of learning at Duke. We're about to rethink curriculum at Duke. And we're really getting into a period of time where Duke is growing. Because I keep reminding myself that it feels like an ancient university because it is so powerful. But it is still a very young university. And, all periods of youth require some tough phases of growth, but we're getting there. And so I'm super excited. And I had planned on being here for as long as it worked for me and Duke. And if I'm being honest, when I showed up here in 2001, I thought that would be a few years. And here I am, 20 years later, still here. Yeah.
Okay, so basketball season has recently started up.
All right.
If you were a Duke student now, would you attend Caeville for the Carolina game?
Of course I would. Why are you kidding me? Like, that game is going to be bonkers. Coach K's final game coaching in Cameron, right? As well as Duke Carolina, which is always bonkers. And so I have always said that no matter what, I would never sleep in a tent to watch basketball that I could watch on TV. That's been my mantra until this year. And I'm like, I get it. Of course I'd sleep in it. I'd start sleeping in it today. Are you kidding me? So yeah, of course I would.
Okay, what's your affirmation for today?
My affirmation for today is being thankful for the moment, never taking it for granted, and treating the opportunities as precious. Yeah.
And finally, what is your favorite part about living and working at Duke?
My favorite part about living and working at Duke is Duke has allowed me to be myself. I know that I'm a bit of a, I've leaned into being a bit of a strange bird, and Duke has really allowed me to do that and allowed me to flourish in that space. And then I get the gift of you all being willing to tie me in as a thread to the fabric of your Duke experience. And I say these things from a place of a purely genuine spirit that I'm the most fortunate person. I don't care what Mike Krzyzewski says in his final speech or whatever, anyone else. I have been the most fortunate person here because I have got to be close to you. I've got to live proximate to you. I've got to be intimately involved in the student experience from an academic side, from a student life side, and as a faculty in residence. And so, I'm completely winning, and so I take it very seriously, and I treat it preciously. Yeah. So yeah, there you go.
Thank you so much for taking the time to meet with us. This was wonderful.
Thank y'all for having me.
Any last thoughts you want to share?
Well, I think that everybody should go and listen to Bruno Mars and Anderson .Paak's new album, but definitely the song Blast Off, because the song is amazing. And I guess my last thoughts are that, I know that right now has been a very different type of collegiate experience that many of you had anticipated having. Even now, even sort of this kind of longer period and COVID life has been much different. But I did have to do this myself, where I was very, very upset about what COVID was taking from me and taking from my family and taking from my life at this point in time. And then I had to also stop and then pay attention to the fact that it's the first time in my entire adult life that I actually got to spend, an appreciably long period of time just focused on my family and the community that's closest to me. So at any rate, I would just I would beg my students to find the precious and inspired in these moments too, because oftentimes it's very easy to feel the frustration of these moments, but there are friendships that got built in this that probably would not have even been able to happen if it weren't for this. And so for every bit of pain that we experience, there's always there's going to be some gain out of that. So that would be my last little bit. Find the precious and and find the good that occurs in these moments of pain. Yeah.
Thank you
And
so
thank y'all.
much.
Yes, it's been my pleasure.